While we're no way near the flying cars and teleportation technology that the Jetsons claimed
The 21st century. Transportation space travel.
we'd have in today's world, it doesn't mean we haven't made progress. Countries embark on crazy megaprojects all the time, and while most of them world out, some just drain billions of dollars only to end up being totally useless. In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 of the most useless megaprojects in the world. So stay tuned to the end, like this video, and subscribe to the channel to become an official part of the family. Let's jump into the video. Number 1. Malaysia's Forest City. Malaysia has been profiting off of being one of the greenest places in the world you can visit for decades now. People flock to the country for its natural beauty, and it's easy to spend months there without getting bored. But even then, the people there are obsessed with mixing nature and advancement. There are countless indoor forests and ecosystems where you can be away from the heat but be right in the middle of nature. Stuff like that, but they're usually on a smaller scale. You'd normally see these ecosystems as small parks or as a unique floor on a mall. No one would usually try to go further than that. But then there is Malaysia's Forest City. Instead of just setting up a few little huts in a forest, country garden, a successful development organization went like, why don't we think bigger? And well, with that thought in mind, they landed on Malaysia's Forest City. This $100 billion city was supposed to basically be the dream city of the future. You'd have 30 square kilometers of land that would be totally transformed into a beachfront city with forests intertwined with 21st century technology and infrastructure. Think rooftop jungles, highways that are entirely engulfed in trees, private beaches, golf courses, and everything you could dream of. The best part? The whole city would be powered with only renewable technology. Can you imagine the bliss of living there? But wait, there's more. Generally, people that live in the Johor Bahru region of Malaysia tend to travel to Singapore all the time and vice versa because Singapore is a lot more expensive. Forest City is a 20-minute drive from Singapore, making it somewhat of a mini Singapore of sorts. It even has its own ports and everything, meaning it could potentially be a hub for businesses too. But if it's been planned so well, why is it a part of today's video? Well, there are layers to this answer. Because of how costly the project has been, it failed before it could ever be completed. A small section of the island was cleared for moving in. 50 apartment complexes opened up, along with markets and schools. It all seems like the regular steps that a city goes through right before being fully populated. Now, Country Garden is a Chinese development country. Because of it, the funding was mainly coming from China, and with it, the project gained a lot of popularity in the region. That led to people that couldn't afford to get homes in China choosing to invest in Forest City, and well, that drove the prices up so much that the general Malaysian public could no longer afford to live there. As time went on, the project became more and more expensive, and well, it got to the point where no one wanted to invest in it anymore. A $100 billion project that no one could invest in meant that they weren't getting any returns on their investments anymore. With the COVID-19 travel bans, most of the people that owned properties there couldn't even go there anymore, and with it, the project failed, and as of right now, they already had to lay off most of their employees, effectively driving the optimistic city into the ruins, taking it from something for the future to a post-apocalyptic scene of a useless megaproject you'd never believe. Number 2. Dubai Creek Tower. Whenever we talk about Dubai, it's always to marvel at everything the city is. For a man-made city to achieve the level of success it has, you'd think that every project that even comes close to it would be an instant success. But that's not always the case. The Dubai Creek Tower was supposed to be an architectural marvel, something that the developers in Dubai excel at. Look at the Burj Khalifa and any other building in the city, you'd just be in awe of them the entire time. So for this one to be the proposed centerpiece for the Dubai Expo 2020 wasn't something impossible. People were enthralled at the thought of it. The design was impeccable. It was dubbed the Eiffel Tower of the Middle East, and the Dubai Creek Tower was an ambitious project, standing at a height of 1,300 meters. It was supposed to be the tallest man-made structure in the world, even though it's near the Burj Khalifa. The tower was supposed to become a symbol of everything that the Middle East is capable of, an image totally different from how the world sees it today. The project was going to be for $1 billion and with it, become the new face of Dubai. But it wasn't just all faces though. It was also supposed to be habitable, with the richest people from all over the world living in at least 50% of the building. But things didn't really go according to plan. Today, the Dubai Creek Tower stands incomplete, with only 30% of it barely habitable. The construction just didn't go right, and with it took the mega project down with it. While the Dubai Expo 2020 brought in millions of visitors, the centerpiece could never really be completed and right now stands all alone, waiting for the developers to figure out how to fix the whole problem. So maybe the idea could finally be brought to life at some point in the near future. But for now, the only place the Dubai Creek Tower stands in is in this list of the most useless megaprojects of all time. Number 3. Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository. Nuclear waste is a problem that has been plaguing America since commercial reactors started opening in the 1960s. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission was seeking to expand the use of assault weapons and even fully automatic machine guns in order to defend against nuclear waste. The problem was apparent, and it needed to be fixed, and it had to be fixed fast. So they came up with the idea for the Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository. With it, they'd have a place to store all the nuclear waste, a project that was going to cost billions. In the 1980s, when nuclear fuel pools started to fill up, utilities began putting old fuel rods into dry cask storage. Scientists, environmentalists, and power companies all agree that deep geologic disposal is still the best long-term solution for dealing with nuclear waste. So it was supposedly the perfect plan to create something that would keep the US safe from a potential attack for that nuclear waste and get rid of the hazard too. The only problem was that it also meant that the only people really suffering because of the decision would be the people of Yucca. Not only would they be displaced, even the ones that would somehow figure it out by moving into places slightly far away would have to rely on the resources of Yucca to survive. One of the biggest resources being water. Everyone knows that water is important. It literally is the life source of pretty much everything on Earth, so it's important to keep your water as safe as possible. One of the main things that can absolutely destroy usable water supplies is nuclear waste. So let's just say that the people of Yucca did not stand for their lands to be turned into a nuclear disposal bin. They opposed the entire plan with so much force that even though they had already put a lot of money into it, they weren't able to continue. Eventually, the mega project had to be brought to a hold, and well, no one really knows if the hold would ever cease. For now, it seems like in the fight between the people and the nuclear waste repository, the people are always going to fight back and well, the authorities might just have to find other grounds to bury all that waste. Number 4. London Garden Bridge. As climate change gets worse and worse, countries have been trying on their own projects and plan to combat the change, trying to slow it down however they possibly can. One of these impeccable plans was that of the London Garden Bridge. While London Bridge is already a thing, there's no way you can't bring gardens into the mix and just elevate the whole thing, right? The River Thames in central London was the spot for this glorious bridge. You could see it from miles away, and to have the entire thing covered with lush greenery would be a sight to see. Not an average sight, but an expensive sight. The entire project was to cost around £53 million. It was going to be this beautiful pedestrian bridge that you could walk across the river on without ever feeling like you were walking on a man-made structure. The garden was supposed to take over in a way that it becomes everything a natural garden would be and more. But with big plans like this come equally proportioned problems. For starters, the political climate of the country was simply not doing well. That led to the entire project being questioned. More importantly, the taxpayers' money that was going to be spent on it. Ultimately, it was decided that this mega project might just get too expensive, and well, the construction stopped and the project stayed abandoned. Maybe the natural gardens will just take over the ruins naturally, but for now, it's just a useless mega project that could have been if it wasn't so useless that it had to be stopped midway. Number 5. The Ryugyong Hotel. When people think about the best destinations to travel to, North Korea isn't usually on that list. Quite the opposite, actually. If we had to just explain this mega project in one line, we'd talk about how this crazy hotel was also nicknamed the Hostel of Doom. The hotel was supposed to be 330 meters high with 105 stories. The construction first began in 1987 in Pyongyang, and the Soviet Union was supposed to be funding the entire thing. Easy money, right? The Soviet Union just spends money on it, North Korea works on building it, and once it's all done, they have an entire hotel for any guests that might come to the country, right? Well, not really. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, North Korea's economy crashed, the money coming in stopped, and the government had to prioritize its own funds for the actual economy. So in 1992, the construction of the hotel came to a pause. The pause was supposed to be temporary, just until they figured out what else to do. However, it just sat there, exactly as it were, for 26 years. That meant that even the little construction that was done at the time had deteriorated so much that they couldn't just continue on anymore. So they did the next best thing. They turned it into a giant billboard. $180 million worth of LED lights were added to the front of the building, and today it's just used to advertise whatever the government wants to. A failed megaproject that at least got to do something with its remains. And on that note, we'll wrap up today's video. Which one of these megaprojects did you find the most interesting? Can you believe they were abandoned the way they were? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We'll see you in the next one.